Across America, as we inch closer to Thanksgiving now, a holiday tradition begins. Dancers about to quietly step out from the wings and onto the stage in so many cities and towns, bringing the Nutcracker to life. And the famous face tonight who, as a little girl, dreamed of being a dancer, now helping to keep it all alive. Across the country tonight, as far south as Texas, all the way up to New York, young dancers with a dream, bringing so many Nutcrackers to life. And we went to find someone who remembers when it was her dream to dance, Sarah Jessica Parker.
So here we are in a dance studio. When was your first recollection as a little girl of wanting to be a dancer?
I was a little girl in a city called Cincinnati, in a state called Ohio.
She is one of 8 children.
At 8 years old, I walked down a very long corridor, and I stood transfixed.
A little girl who couldn't believe the skill right before her.
You talk about not having the extra money for the extras as a child.
Her family had little money. She got a scholarship to learn how to dance, and she would look for acting jobs in the paper, sharing the money she earned with her family.
So you were reading the paper in Cincinnati, and I was reading it in Syracuse. We should have just put it
I
together.
know, if only we'd had one
Known
another's
that
home phone numbers.
She didn't need my number. She was on her way, her whole family packing the van and moving to New York.
Do you still remember the moment you first walked out to that stage as Annie?
Oh, definitely.
Here she is, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Rob Hope introducing her, performing for our troops. But tonight, all these years later, fighting to preserve an American institution, the New York City Ballet, helping to raise millions. Her one wish to put one more stop on the list, visitors to New York.
If you could just get them from Times Square 20 blocks north.
Yeah. I would personally take them if I had the time. If I could get them there, if words were needed, I would say, trust me, take 2 hours out of your day.
Of course, millions watched her every week on Sex and the City and danced on the way into the script.
Could you ever have imagined that one of your most romantic dancing scenes would be at McDonald's?
No, with Barishnikov.
Is there another movie coming?
Do you think there are more stories to tell?
I know of one story left to tell, and it's a really, really wonderful, beautiful period at the end of a sentence.
So the story exists.
Yeah, and it's probably even complete.
Temptation.
And then we'll see.
For now, fighting for those dancers and still stopping traffic and construction in the street.
How are you?
God, no one ever stops construction for me.
It's just the person of the week. But she turned it around on me.
Anchor for ABC News, for Evening News. This young man is the future.
Her future focused on ballet and those young dancers all over America tonight would one day be the star performers here in New York.
Thank you.
We'll meet you at the Nutcracker. We'll meet her at the Nutcracker. And so we choose Sarah Jessica Parker and all of those young dancers in America with a dream. 2020 and Nightline